Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Digital Future AI School. It is so good to have you with us. Today, we're diving into something truly special, an incredible 12-month plan to become a web developer. Before we jump in, if you get any value from this, please do subscribe to our channel, give this a like, and share it with your friends. It honestly helps us so much and lets us create more guides just like this one for you. All right, let's get right to it. This isn't just any plan we found online. This is a special deep dive, our 21st episode, and it's based directly on the wisdom from Chapter 20 of the amazing book, Coaching Website Development, written by Mr. Zahir Ahmed Mir. What we're about to walk through is a clear, step-by-step roadmap designed to take anyone, and I mean anyone, from feeling totally lost to becoming a confident, professional web developer in just 1 year. So let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You've decided you want to learn web development. You're fired up, you're motivated, but then you open your browser, and you're just hit by this absolute tidal wave of information. It feels like you're lost at sea, right? You're just surrounded by a million tutorials, 1,000 different tools, all kinds of conflicting advice, and you have no idea which way is north. It's a really common feeling, and honestly, it can be completely overwhelming. And that feeling has a name. Mr. Mir calls it the challenge of random learning, and this slide just nails it. You know exactly what this is. You jump from one YouTube video to the next, you start a course but don't finish it, you download some new tool because you heard it's the next big thing. You're always busy, you're always learning, but without any real structure, there's no finish line in sight. It's the perfect recipe for burnout before you've even had a chance to really get going. And this brings us to such a critical insight from the book. The problem isn't you, it's not your motivation. The fact that you're even watching this proves you have the drive. What you're missing is direction. You don't need another inspirational quote, you need a map, a clear, reliable guide that shows you exactly how to get from where you are right now to where you want to be. And guess what? This 12-month plan is that map. You can think of it as your own personal GPS for becoming a web developer. It gives you turn-by-turn directions. It tells you exactly what to learn, when to learn it, and what to ignore. This whole thing is designed to cut through all that noise and give you the structure you need to make real, consistent, and meaningful progress. So let's zoom out for a second and get a bird's-eye view of the entire journey. The whole year is broken down into 4 really logical, manageable quarters. This isn't just some random list of technologies to learn, it's a strategic roadmap, carefully designed to build your skills up, layer by layer, from the ground up. And this slide shows you the whole game plan. Quarter 1 is all about laying the foundations, and we're going to dive deep into that in just a moment. Then, quarter 2 is where the rubber meets the road. You move from theory to practice and start building real projects for your portfolio. In quarter 3, you really level up and tackle advanced skills. We're talking back-end development, databases, working with APIs, the serious stuff. And finally, quarter 4 is about going pro, polishing that portfolio, learning how to freelance, and getting ready to turn these new skills into a career. You see how each quarter builds perfectly on the last one? It's a complete system.
Now, that's the big picture, and it's exciting, right? But I know, a whole year can feel a little intimidating. So you know what? Let's just forget about months 4 through 12 for a minute. Let's bring it all the way back to today, to right now. We're going to focus on the single most important part of any journey, taking that first step. So let's dive into your first 90 days.
Okay, welcome to month 1. The goal here is simple, but it is so powerful. Build your foundation. This entire month is about getting your hands dirty right away. It's about demystifying the whole process of creating a website and, most importantly, building that initial momentum that's so crucial to keep you going.
So how are we going to do it? Well, take a look at the tools for this month. Canva, Framer AI, Wix AI. Notice what's missing there. Yeah, there's no heavy coding. And this is an absolutely brilliant psychological hack. By starting with these kinds of tools, you get to skip that really steep, frustrating learning curve of code syntax and setup. Instead, you can focus purely on the fundamentals, like what makes a good layout. You get the incredible win of actually building and launching something real, like a personal page or a simple business site. And that feeling, that builds confidence and proves to yourself that, yes, you absolutely can do this. The outcome is huge. You go from a complete beginner to a confident starter who's already built something. Okay. So you've built a few basic sites, you've got that confidence boost. Now, month 2 is all about developing your eye for design. See, it's not just enough to build something that works. You have to understand what makes a website feel good to use. And that's where we're going to dive into user experience, or UX, and content.
The tools for this month are seriously powerful.
You'll use Figma, a professional design tool, and your task is to find a few websites that you just love and literally recreate their designs. Now, this isn't about stealing, it's about deconstruction. It's like you're a detective, taking something apart to see how it works. You'll start to see why they chose those colors, that spacing, that layout. You'll also use tools like ChatGPT to write great content. By the end of this month, you won't just be a builder, you'll have developed a critical eye for what makes a design truly great.
Okay, this is the moment. You've built websites with modern tools. You've trained your eye to recognize good design. Now, it's time to pull back the curtain and learn how to build it all from scratch. Month 3 is where we dive into the core technologies of the entire web, the front-end basics.
Here we go. HTML, CSS, and some basic JavaScript. The best way to think about them is like you're building a house. HTML is the structure, the foundation, the walls, the doors. It gives the house its shape. CSS is all the interior design, the paint colors, the furniture, the style that makes it look amazing. And JavaScript? That's the electricity and the plumbing. It's what makes things work, like flipping a light switch or turning on a faucet. You'll use tools like Replit and GitHub, which are essential for every developer. And the outcome? It's a total game changer. By the end of just these first 90 days, you'll be able to build real websites from scratch. Just let that sink in for a second.
This quote from the book just perfectly captures the spirit of this entire plan. This isn't about just messing around for a weekend. It's about consistent, focused effort over a meaningful period of time. We just walked through the incredible progress you can make in only 90 days. Now imagine that, but compound it over an entire year. This isn't just about learning a new skill. It's about the potential to fundamentally change your career path and really, your entire life. And so, here we are. The map is right here in front of you. The path is clear. This isn't just some theory from a book. It's a real actionable guide that's just waiting for you to start. They say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Well, your year of focused learning can officially start right now. So the only real question here.
Okay, so let's really get into this. A lot of you have put in the hours, you get HTML, CSS, probably some JavaScript. You can build a decent-looking static page. But there's this gap, right? This, space between knowing how to code and actually being a professional developer who gets paid for those skills. Well, today, we are going to build a bridge right over that gap with a clear, step-by-step roadmap. We're going to walk through this whole journey in 4 main phases. First up, we'll lay out the mid-level roadmap, picking up right where most beginner courses leave off. Then we'll get into that critical step of taking code from your computer and launching it for the whole world to see. After that, we hit a huge milestone, landing your very first paying client. And to wrap it all up, we'll talk about building a professional portfolio that makes you stand out from the crowd.
So let's set the scene. For this explainer, we're going to assume you've already got the basics in the bag. We're jumping in at around month 4 of a typical developer's journey. And this is where the real transformation begins. This is where you stop just following tutorials and start building real, actual, functional applications.
Now, these next 2 months are absolutely crucial. It's all about building the engine of your web applications, what we call the back end, and then pushing them out into the real world. This is what separates a hobby from a career. So let's break it down month by month.
All right, month 4. Welcome to the back end. This is where your websites finally get a brain. The focus here is on 3 key ideas: databases, authentication, and something called CRUD. Now, CRUD just stands for create, read, update, and delete. It's the fundamental way you manage data. Using some awesome tools like Supabase and Replit, your mission is to build a working login system, figure out how to save user data securely, and put together a simple admin panel. This is your first real taste of a complete, dynamic web app.
And this right here just says it all. The moment you can handle data and users, you're not just making websites anymore. You're making web applications. Think about it. Social media sites, online stores, booking systems, they all run on these core back-end principles. You've just unlocked a completely new level of what you can create.
So in month 5, we shift gears. The goal is to make your work public. It's one thing to have a cool project running on your laptop. It's a whole other ballgame to have it live on the internet. Your goal here is to deploy 3 different projects using a platform like Vercel, connect them to your own custom domains, and get comfortable with the basics of DNS, which is kind of like the internet's phone book and hosting.
And that is the payoff. That feeling you get when you can send a link to a friend, or your family, or even a potential client, and they can actually interact with something you built from nothing, it is absolutely incredible.
Your code isn't just a file on your computer anymore. It's a living, breathing part of the World Wide Web.
Now we get to a massive turning point. Month 6 is all about one thing: validation. It's about proving to yourself and to the world that these skills you've been working so hard on have real, actual monetary value. It is time to get your first paying client.
So, how in the world do you do it? The key is to start small. You're not trying to build the next Facebook here. You're looking for simple, basic client projects. Platforms like Fiverr and Upwork are fantastic places to start. But hey, don't forget about the local businesses right in your own community. Your goal is to get 3 simple but solid wins. Redesign a basic website, build a single landing page, and maybe even sell a simple monthly maintenance package. And there it is. That's the moment. It honestly doesn't matter if it's $50 or $500. The second someone pays you for your coding skills, your entire identity shifts. You are officially a professional web developer. That is a massive confidence booster, and it's the fuel you need for the next stage of this journey. Okay, so you've built dynamic apps, you've deployed them, and you've even earned some money. What's next? Well, the next 3 months are what Mr. Zahir Ahmad Mir calls the final push to the summit. This is where you go from being a junior freelancer to a serious, hireable professional, and you do it by building an undeniable portfolio.
This final climb has 3 really clear steps. First, you're going to master the tools that power the modern web. Second, you'll learn how to weave in some cutting-edge AI features to make your projects feel intelligent. And third, you'll pull all that knowledge together to build one big, impressive signature project.
In month 7, it's time to seriously level up your front-end skills with React and Next.js. These are the industry standards for building fast, interactive websites. You'll learn all about components, state management, and routing. And the tasks are super practical. Convert an old HTML site to React, build out a complex dashboard, and learn how to add your own API routes, which are basically special channels for your app to send and receive data.
And trust me, this is a total game changer. Learning React and Next.js is like learning the language that all the top tech companies are speaking. It tells everyone that you're not just a coder, you're a modern software engineer who knows how to build scalable, high-performance applications. All right, let's get to the really exciting part. Month 8 is all about AI. This is what's going to make your portfolio just jump off the page and separate you from 99% of other people out there. You'll focus on adding intelligent features, using awesome tools like Chatbase for chatbots or Zapier for automation. The tasks are designed to be impressive but totally doable. Add an AI-powered chatbot to your site, create smart forms that can route information, and even automate email replies from your apps. The impact this has on a user is just wow. When you add AI, your websites stop being these static documents, and they start feeling like interactive, intelligent partners. They can answer questions, they can adapt to what the user does, and they can automate tasks. They feel alive. And here we are, the final month. Month 9. It is time to put everything, and I mean everything together. All the back-end skills, the deployment knowledge, the modern front-end framework, the cool AI features, it all comes together in one signature hero project. And look at these examples. A full school portal, a business dashboard, a local directory website, maybe even a booking app. These are not simple websites. These are complex, full-stack systems. Ultimately, this hero project becomes the absolute centerpiece of your portfolio. It's the one project you can't wait to show in every interview, the link you send to every potential client. It is the undeniable proof that you have the skills, the discipline, and the vision to build professional-grade software. And that brings us right to the end of our roadmap. We've laid out the path, step by step, from an intermediate coder to a pro with the portfolio that absolutely shines. The map is in your hands.
Got the skills, no doubt about it. But the real question is, are you ready to take that next big step? Are you ready to turn all that hard work into an actual career? That's exactly what we're tackling today. We are zeroing in on the final, most exciting part of the entire 12-month developer mastery plan. This is the home stretch. This is where you make the shift from someone who is learning to code to someone who is getting paid to code. It's all about building a professional life that can support you.
Okay, so here's our game plan for today. First, we'll set the stage for these final 3 months. Then it will break down what you need to do month by month. Build your identity, get that income flowing, and then specialize to secure your future. After that, we'll look at the incredible professional you'll become. And finally, we'll talk about how to make this plan your own. This isn't just about learning a few more things. This is a total mindset shift. The first 9 months were about stocking your toolbox with skills. These last 3, they're about opening for business. It's the transition from learner to professional. And this chart really lays it all out, doesn't it? You see the journey so clearly. You started with the basics, built up your confidence, moved into real projects, and then tackled advanced skills. But look at that last row, months 10 to 12. The focus completely changes to professional identity and income. That's our focus right now. All right, let's jump into the nitty-gritty. Month 10. Think of this as your professional debut. It's not enough to be a great developer in private anymore. You have to look like one to the outside world. This whole month is about packaging your skills and telling your story like a pro. And the plan here is super clear. Your main focus is branding. Who are you as a developer? The tasks are concrete. You're going to build a slick portfolio website, write up some detailed case studies for your projects, and even record video walkthroughs. Why? Because the outcome is that clients will see you and immediately think, okay, this person is a serious professional. So you've got the professional look down. Now what? Well, now it's time to make some money. Month 11 is all about action. It's about taking that shiny new professional identity and turning it into actual paying clients. But listen, this isn't about just getting 1 or 2 random gigs. This is about building a system. The focus here is on the business side of things, learning how to price your work, how to negotiate contracts, and crucially, how to find clients who will stick around. The end goal isn't just a project, it's a stable system with multiple streams of income. And you might be wondering, what can I even offer? Well, here you go. These are 4 solid in-demand services you can start selling right now. Building new sites, giving old ones a facelift, handling maintenance, even SEO writing. You have a full menu of services ready to go. We're at the final month of the plan. You've built your brand, you're making money, so you're done, right? Not quite. Month 12 is about thinking long-term. It's about carving out a special niche for yourself, so you stay valuable for years and years to come. The thinking here is just brilliant. Generalists are fine, but specialists are invaluable. So your job this month is to pick a specialty that's in high demand and really commit to it. The outcome? You basically make your career future-proof, especially in this new era of AI. And the book doesn't leave you guessing. Look at this list of high-demand specializations. Whether you're excited by AI, e-commerce, or building complex systems, there is a path here for you. The question you should ask yourself is, which one of these really gets you excited? Okay, let's zoom out for a second. After going through this entire 12-month journey, who have you become? What's the real result of all this hard work? Because it's about so much more than just a new resume. First off, you are now a confident, full-stack developer. You don't just know the theory, you've actually built things. You can take a project from a simple idea all the way to a finished product, and you've got the portfolio to prove it. And you're not just any developer. You're a modern creator who knows how to use AI as a partner. You can work faster, smarter, and deliver way more value because you're leveraging the most powerful tools out there. This one's huge. You've proven you can run a one-person business. You're a reliable freelancer. That means you know how to find clients, deliver what you promise, and manage your own finances. You are self-sufficient. And really, when you combine all of that, you get to the ultimate prize. You become a future-proof professional. You have the skills and the system to earn a living for the rest of your life, no matter how the tech world changes. I love this quote because it sums up the whole idea perfectly. It's not about working aimlessly for years. It's about having a plan. 1 year of focused, intentional work with a clear roadmap will get you further than a decade of just wandering around confused. Okay, theory is great, but how do you actually make this happen for yourself? How do you make it real? The book gives us a super practical way to do this, and it all boils down to one simple weekly habit. This right here is your secret weapon, the 1-hour weekly skill audit. Just 1 hour every week. You sit down and you're honest with yourself. You ask these 5 questions. This keeps you accountable, helps you see your progress, and makes sure you're always moving in the right direction. It's the engine of your growth. Now, to make this work, you have to get specific. It's time to fill in the blank. What kind of developer do you want to become? Don't be vague. Is it an AI chatbot developer? A front-end specialist? Name it. Claim it. Next, you need a target, a real number. What is the monthly income you're aiming for in 1 year? Write it down. Putting a number on it makes the goal tangible. It turns a dream into a project with a deadline. And finally, we get to the most important question. This is your why. Let's be honest, this journey is going to be tough sometimes. There will be days you want to quit. Your reason, your because, is what will pull you through. Is it for your family? Is it for freedom? Figure that out